Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever this happens to be arriving in your reality of now. I had a very pleasant night rest. This morning, I was focusing on pain in the knees, and then I had Googled metaphysical reasons for it. And the first thing that showed up for me was knee replacement. And when I selected that, it was talking about how the knee is connected to pride. That started making me think of the times that I felt that I moved with pride and times that I felt others had done so. And what the ways that made me feel, see, and connect to self. We're going to be focusing on putting energy into the knee. It also is connected to the root chakra, and that I have been putting a lot of energy into grounding, rooting, and bringing from the ethereal my higher self into self. I believe the longest relationship that we'll ever have walking on Gaia is higher self to self. And I believe all religions are doing their best to connect with source internal and teaching others the ways that it worked. Although it is a internal conversation, that internal conversation can be distorted by things like pride, and low self-esteem and fear. Our bodies are incredible, and they are constantly healing. I came across a burn victim and I watched healing take place in a matter of hours. And I'm like, let me see pictures, because it went from looking really bad to, I bet you can use that tomorrow. And it felt good just seeing the body heal and doing what the body does. So we're going to be taking the energy from things that burn. Anytime fire is used, energy is consumed, and the ash that is left helps seeds. There's certain flowers that only come up after a wildland fire. And there's certain places where, because of us controlling the wildland fire, the forest lost some of its strength. So let's burn away that which doesn't serve. And let's talk about healthy ego and pride. When I am in a low space mentally, I do a checklist of the things that I have went through and the things that I have learned and the things that I've experienced. I believe we always fall up. And what I mean by that is we are always growing and evolving. I have a belief system that the next life, when I see my late husband, I'll recognize him and remember this life. And I'm looking forward to that. Love doesn't go away. When somebody external passes on, they love us with more force internal. And what I mean by that is we have external memories, and then we have internal reinforcement of. When we are talking about source, the energy that creates and sparks beginning in life, and it is somewhat similar, but a lot stronger. Healthy ego. I've done this. I can handle this. It's not... Some of the conversations my children and I have, we will hear of people speak of things that upset them. And we've handled worse. We've had it much harder. And what is a big deal for them is small potatoes for us. And we listen to them, and we try not to do wow, that's a little problem for us. We try and be compassionate to what they're going through, but we know that we've handled worse, and it's okay. Perception. When you know that you can handle it, when you know you've dealt with it, when you've already created and passed through all of the problems to the solutions and the answers are at your fingertips. um, there is a healthy pride that you can hold internal. I've got this, I'm okay, I can handle this. It's all right. Thank you, Source. And speak to Mother Nature. When I light a candle, I am sending blessings to fire. It's this morning I woke up breathing. Not everybody got to do so. But not only did I wake up breathing, I told the air, thank you. Thank you for filling my lungs. Thank you for being present. And as I breathe out, the plants, they thank me. We are connected to what's around us. We are connected to our emotions, to our memories, to past lives, to incredible experiences that have created us in our now. And who we are in our now, no one else can be. That means who you are, divine, special, unique. No one else can be who you are. Your time and energy, effort fulfilling who you are, and it's not something you can have a completion of, but you just bring you constantly. Your I am present, I am aware, I am awake, I am here. That means my thought process isn't in the past. My thought process isn't in the future. An anxious heart, that is future grafting. A depressed state, that is past grafting. Sometimes we swim in one of these other not quite here places because we're in a fear pattern. I think the pride connected to the knees is a fear pattern. When you give it up to God, give it up to Source, when you hand it to your angels and say, not mine, not my problem, please take, this is yours. You've got this, you can do this. Parts of that is you're creating a somatic awareness with Source. All religions have a place. They create a walking relationship with Source. And that is something to celebrate. I was in a group and I was listening to the words spoken, and issue of the knee was brought forth, and a beautiful shining star. She had mentioned, I think it's a virus, and she had mentioned this because several people close to her heart that she knows well are all dealing with issues in the knee at once. And I too, when I hear things, I tell the universe, tell me in threes, partially because of the way that I work with numerology, and also the energy of three in the body. It's Christ consciousness. I can, I can feel it. I love listening to sermons. I enjoy gospel music. I like churches. I enjoy being around people that have faith. It feels good. That's the threes. It's the walking relationship with the Lord. It's lovely and a blessing. Your knees help you move forward in your reality. They help you bow down and lift up burdens not for you. that connection to source, when we are around our friends and our family and our soul tribe, there is additional blessings to that. I want you to be healed. I want you to feel healed. I want you to know the divinity internal, and I want it to sparkle all the way through your somatic system. I can hold on to your health while you feel your injury. And as you connect to me, you can feel your health. That is you healing you with permission. Healing is permission-based. And sometimes in our somatic, lower level connection, we remember our age, our infirmary, our ouches, and our pains. Sometimes our mental scape is stuck in a place of the past or a place of the future because it's hard to be here I am. Light language helps bridge those. All right. Fire. Sacred geometry card to represent fire. Ah, hello, yellow. Third solar plexus. 3 is the card. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. You're welcome. Be thankful for who you are. No one can be you. And finding who you are is a journey to enjoy. And it is a sacred journey. Our authentic self allows subconscious permission for others to be their authentic self. All right, fire. All right, we are going to burn through false pride, false ego at the knees. A card for the knees. I'm debating between a left and a right knee or the knees in general. So we'll see what comes out. For the knees, 2 cards, left and a right it is. Oh, the crown. Communication to the crown. I won't jump into that in the now, but we will have a video about that. And the gut intelligence. Okay. I'm going to put this on each side, the left and the right. So we are going to be running from the crown to the solar plexus, and we will be rooting that energy. All right, bottom of the deck, crown chakra, top of the deck, dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origins and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. Dynamic. All right. And I'm actually taking the crown chakra and I'm going to put it between the communication. So this, can you see it? Feet on the floor. There is a sharp pain in my neck right here. I woke up with it, woke up in a great mood. And there was the feeling of bruising and stagnation here in my neck. I had a friend of mine, and I had watched her reach up and work out her neck 3 times yesterday. And while I was playing cards, I was wishing good energy and a healing abundance. 7s. sevens, it's a holy number. My personal belief of 7 is when the power of consciousness, Christ consciousness, works through your vessel. We have 7 layers to our skin. When we touch another, that's 7 to 7. That creates church, a place of communion that can't be duplicated or created anywhere else. When people come together and they share beliefs, they worship, work for that energy, and they harmonize it together. That's why I enjoy the sound of gospel music and listening to inspired sermons. All right. I'll be focusing on the knees, the neck, rooting. 757. And if I add dynamic to that's 5, 7. Communication 14 breaks down to a 5, 7. 7s and 5s. 5s come to me the color red, and that's the mother, maiden, crone energy. The innocence of a child with the wisdom of life connected to the maiden. All right. I welcome healing energies. I'm open to blessings. I like feeling good. Laying down the pride and the ego that does not serve. Focus on the feet. I'll be focusing on the knees and drawing the healing energy up from Gaia through the vessel to the solar plexus, up to the crown, shooting out of the crown and then raining down to our feet. Rainbows of light. Nia tukra manaya shasuya dria sakania shaskuya ya moya ya shasuya teria satria kuya sasaya. Nia sashwaya dria takrumonia dria sakui komunia teesha. Nia sushmonia dria kunumoya sashasuya teya. Burn away all that does not serve. Kwasa shasuya dria sukunomia sashasuya dria takurumia taria ya moya sashasuya teya. Nia sashasuya dria kumantaria takia sasataya takumasha. Nia sakuya nanamoiteria sashuya daya. And disperse. Okay. We shall randomly grab sensuality. The frequency of sensuality reminds us, as spirits in human bodies, we are sensual beings experiencing joy and pleasure from the physical world through our senses. 36. 9. Take care. Be well.